Hey y'all, just getting everything together behind the scenes real quick before we start and give everybody time to get in. And I am extremely excited about doing this live today. I'm extremely excited about it because I know I've taken some time away from Kenneka's case to look at some other stuff. And I was led right back here to bring you guys this live today, and I'm really excited about it. Welcome to all my new subs. Welcome. I want you guys to feel comfortable and welcome enough to come on in the chat room, chat with everybody. You don't have to sit around in the bushes. I'm not the most liked on YouTube. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm here for these girls. I'm here for a purpose. So if you respect that, come on in. Come on in. I miss you too, Sleep Styles. I miss all y'all. I miss all y'all. I have, it should be a pretty good laugh today. It's not long. I can't say that it's not long. Um, it's gonna be short and straight to the point. Okay, it's gonna be short and straight to the point. I'm gonna give everybody enough time to get in and let me set all this stuff up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up the screen with my hold on, with my disclaimer. Let me go ahead and do that now. Okay, everybody. So this is the Kenneka Jenkins update. I'm going to do a Kenneka Jenkins update as to where we are with this. You guys know I have a little small group behind the scenes. I work with some awesome people. They still going hard for Kenneka. I'm still going hard for Kenneka. And so I want to do this live presentation for y'all first because I kind of want to bring everybody up to speed as to where we are with it. Okay. And after this, I'm going to do one that I've been working on. I had to sit that to the side first so I can get this one out the way. I'm going to do a live. It's probably going to be the first and maybe even last one done on YouTube. I don't know. But I'm going to do a live where I'm going to present Kenneka and Malia's case together. And I'm going to show you guys how both of these cases are occultic, are Masonic, am I saying it right? Masonic. Um, and so I'm going to show you guys that looking at two different cases. And I'm going to show you guys everything I've been talking about from here on, from back then, everything I've been talking about, looking at and comparing both cases. Okay, so this after that lab right there, that should be proof right there that this stuff is satanic. These are sacrifices, and I'm gonna bring everything to the table in that lab right there. But before I did that lab right there, because I was led to, okay, how can I say this? Before I do that live, I have to do this one, okay? Because when I first decided to put them two cases together and show you guys, like, okay, both of these is satanic, both of these are sacrifices. Let me show you guys how you can look at both of them and see it. You know what I'm saying? So before I decided to do that live, I was already kind of like already seeing some comparisons. Okay, so I really don't want to say too much. I want y'all to wait till the actual lab come because that's gonna be bomb. That's gonna be bomb, and you guys gonna be able to see. Hopefully, you guys gonna be able to walk away like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You guys gonna be able to see 7-11 in both. You're gonna be able to see 9-11, 666. I know a lot of you guys is not often to the numerology and things like that. That's fine. I know you guys. Some of you guys are asleep to the occult world, the satanic occult world, and that's fine too. But I'm gonna try to do my best in that live to show you guys and to prove to you guys that that's what it is. Okay, both of these cases are dark, and that's why I made mainstream media, and that's why I blew up the way it did. Okay, So that's gonna be a live for a different day. But before I get to that, I wanted to do this one right here. Let me get my shout out, and I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna begin. And I wanted to do this before the fourth. Say happy 4th of July to everybody. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I hope you guys have a blessed day tomorrow, blessed weekend. So I wanted to make sure I go ahead and get this done and over with so I can be with my family and not really have to worry about this. Like that's something that's out the way. Hey John, I'm glad you here. Hey Tina, hey Kimberly, hey Tanya, Hannah B, Sylvia, what's up Sylvia? Miss Anointed in the building. Okay, let me get my disclaimer up. Let me get my disclaimer up real quick. And y'all know I'm having y'all to drop me a one as long as y'all can see everything. And I called this keeping up with Kenneka. And you guys will see why. Okay. The last time we discussed this case, I presented to you guys how I felt like it was like three hotels that was actually, if not involved, that was actually linked to this whole thing. Okay. Although we were given information on two, but partial information because we had no footage whatsoever when it came to the DoubleTree. I told you guys based off of Caustic, they do everything in 369. So this was a way for me to understand that okay, they all linked together. You know what I'm saying? Because let me start off by saying to you guys before I get started. I apologize to anybody I might have offended along the way. When I came here for one purpose, one cause. It wasn't to make friends. It wasn't to align myself with nobody. It wasn't. It was just simply to get down to the truth of what happened to Kenneka. Okay, I came in not really knowing much. I didn't know anything about Kenneka's life. I didn't know anything about Kenneka's past history, her friends, her death. I, it was so much that I didn't know, and I had to learn along the way. But I was passionate and I was determined to get down to the truth. That passion and that determination has never left. Even if you don't understand the area that I'm looking into and the things that I discuss, please understand that that passion and that determination has never left. Okay, it has never left. I still feel the way I do from day one, but now I'm just a little bit more deeper off into it because I travel down a rabbit hole to get some answers. Because sometimes you have to do that, especially when you're dealing with satanic type of agendas and rituals and stuff like that. You have to sometimes travel down the rabbit hole. You can't be sleeping on some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had no other choice. If I wanted to understand what was going on, I had no other choice but to travel down that rabbit hole. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you guys some stuff, and I'm just gonna really give y'all another way of looking at something. Okay, and this I could be dead on, and I could be totally off. I don't believe I'm totally off, but I'm gonna let y'all be the deciding factor. I'm gonna let y'all judge that for yourself. Okay, all right, because we didn't look at just about every area. I mean, anybody that has worked with me know I looked at about every. I looked up the Melvin Martin. I looked up the Pappy thing. I looked at almost every single area, every single theory, everything. I looked into everything. Okay, but it was one group, and this is what I want to apologize for, and this is the reason why I said I came into this thing really not knowing that much. But it was one group that I pretty much let off. And I let them off the hook because of the fact that I came into this thing leaning on my own understanding, which a lot of us do. So don't judge me because a lot of us do. We come in this thing leaning on, I should have literally came into this thing first and just allow God to use me and show me everything. But I came into this thing looking at it from a street point of view. And I'm like, you know what? This girl was set up by her friends. This is something that I could probably take on and look into and have and grasp the understanding of what went on. Okay, so I pretty much leaned on my own understanding. There was one group that I pretty much let off the hook. And I really I didn't expose them because I didn't feel like all these gangs, and John, you know, if you're in the chat room, we just kept saying, it's nowhere in the world that all these gangs, different gangs was in one hotel partying together. Like it couldn't, it's not possible. You know, so I got to doing some digging, doing some trolling, and I said, no, these are ops to each other. But what I didn't consider, what I didn't understand at the time is when it comes to money, when it comes to business, that's a whole nother area. Okay, ops can put their differences aside when it's all about us getting money together. When it's a business arrangement or money to be made, we'll put our differences aside. You just pay attention to the rappers. That's what they do. You have rappers in different gangs, but they come together and collaborate on music because when it's about money, they know how to put their differences to the side. I didn't consider that at first. I literally came to this thing like no. So today I'm going to this presentation is going to lead me to actually, I guess God took me back here like, okay, it's time for you to expose this right here. And so that's what I'm getting ready to do. So I hope y'all with me. I hope y'all follow with me, and I'm ready. And please understand, this is just some stuff that I really worked on, put together, talked to some, a few of my girls. Y'all can help me out along the way. I don't claim to know everything. If I'm wrong about something, drop it in there, state some facts, help me out along the way. I had a bigger presentation. I took a lot of it out. So I'm going to show y'all. So this is not that long. All right. All right, so I call this Kenneka Jenkins, keeping up with Kenneka. And the reason why I said keeping up with Kenneka because I kind of feel like we lost her somewhere along the way. Okay, when she took that walk through the hotel, when she went missing, we lost her. Okay, and I don't feel like it was just what we see as far as the hotel walk through. She ended up in the freezer. I don't believe that. All right, I believe it was more to it than that. So right here, I call it keeping up with Kenneka, so we can kind of like put some possibilities out there and try to track her steps and see what could have took place this night. Okay, so let's get it. Hey, lovely lady. Hey, Samantha. All right, so as I told you guys, I introduced you guys the 369. If you guys don't know what the 369 is, that's a caustic. Okay, the 369 is a caustic numerology that they use for the frequency, for the energy to keep it going. Okay, 69 is a 69 satanic worship. It's a how can I put it? Saturn worship. Okay, these people do not worship the one and only true God. No, they do not. Not the creator. They worship Saturn. They worship the 6 9 God. Now, this is something else that if some of you guys is listening from Malia's case, we have discussed in Malia's case. You can take this with you because we saw the 6 9 in Malia's case being the fact that um, Malia's day is June 9th. Okay, so I'm going to do a video where I'm going to show you guys the same thing, numerology, the code, all this stuff in both cases. Okay, all right. So when I use the 369, because I know that that's what these people do, my eyes begin to open up and say, okay, so according to the 369, possibly there was 3 hotels. Okay, Marriott, DoubleTree, Crown Plaza. Then you have the 6 9 in the room numbers, 926. And remember, John, we kept trying to figure out what was 609. We kept talking about 609. Why did PZ mention number 609? We knew he had to mention it for a reason. Okay, so not only was he throwing it out there to keep the frequency and everything going, because that is what they do. I also believe that was probably the room number at the DoubleTree, room 609. Okay, but like I said, we don't have any facts because we don't have the footage, but just rock with me. We also have 36 hours of footage. So we have the 3 and the 6, and some people can interpret that as 666. All right. So we see right off the gate that this thing is a caustic. We see right off the gate. All right. So just some pictures right here of the room. So right here we got what's her name? Shantanique, if I'm saying it wrong. Shantanique Watson. Okay, we got her checking into the room at the Crown Plaza and checking into the room at the DoubleTree. All right, we know she checked in on the 6th, but at the same time, keep in mind that we're looking at a 369 rotation. Okay, and that's where this come in at. Right here, we have Kenneth Sarton, his crew checking into the Marriott. All right, let's see what day they checked into the Marriott. And I'm going to tell you guys why I think that it was 3 different hotels. Why I think it was 3 different hotels. For number one, to keep the gangs divided and organized. Okay, I think it was 3 different hotels used to keep the gangs divided and organized. Because one thing I do know for sure, and I've been paying attention to, is that the GDs and the BDs are out to each other. Now, like I said, I don't know what the beef status is right now between the BDs and the vice lords, but when it comes to the GDs and the BDs, they beast out. Okay, so I think a way to keep everything smooth and to keep everything, how do the Bible say, keep everything in order, to keep everything in order and to keep everything, I think that that's why they had to use three hotels. We're going to keep the BDs over here. We're going to have the vice floors and the GDs over here. But I also think it was a third hotel used, and I'm explaining to you why. Okay, so two hotels were used for the parties and for alibis, if I'm saying it right. Okay, and I have a definition of an alibi is the claim or evidence that one was elsewhere when an act, typically a criminal one, is alleged to have taken place. So I believe two hotels were used for alibis. Okay. So I believe the Crown Plaza was a place that was used for alibis, which would explain why we seeing they faced on live. I think the whole point of the live was is to give them an alibi. Jesus help me out. I think the whole point was to give them an alibi. The whole point of you having this group right here, seen on camera multiple times, even if they was just roaming the hall, seen on camera, is to give them an alibi. The group that we see over here at the Marriott is to give them an alibi. But I believe one hotel, which I believe is the DoubleTree, was a meetup spot for criminal acts such as rape, rituals, sacrifices. Is anybody following me? Did I pronounce her name wrong? Shananika? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so y'all follow me? Yeah, to keep it organized. Exactly. All right, so side note, if y'all can remember, drop me a one. Rosemont PD mentioning Kenneka attended more than one hotel party. This was way back in the beginning that Rosemont PD mentioned that Kenneka attended more than one hotel party. So it's like almost impossible for them to keep track of her. Do anybody remember that? Drop me a one. Okay. And this was like, and like I said, this was in the very beginning. I looked for the receipt. I looked, and it's pretty much like it's completely gone. I don't see anything where they stated this at. Okay, but I saw it in the very beginning. I talked to some people that saw it in the very beginning. So we knew in the very beginning that she was at more than one party that night. And this is, I think, one thing that we really missing out on, but hopefully we can make sense of it today. All right. I believe the Marriott was not mentioned in the Rosemont PD files because, first of all, it would have opened up a can of unnecessary worms, quote unquote. All right. This hotel was booked on a different day and from somebody other than Shantanique Watkins, if I'm saying her name right. Okay. So to even include this Marriott hotel, it would have opened up a whole can of worms. Why even let the public know that some people at this party was possibly over here? You see what I'm saying? Because it was, the room was booked on a different day, and it was booked by a whole different person. I'm pretty sure it was still credit card fraud. Okay, and they do have some people. I'm not gonna put them on front, but they do have some people that's swiping. All right. And so, because it was booked on a different day from a different person, I believe that's the reason why they completely kept that out the loop. If y'all follow me. All right, so now these screenshots right here, I had to Google them, I had to find this stuff, so it's kind of blurry a little bit. But if you guys want to take a screenshot or look it up yourself to confirm what I'm saying, that's fine. Okay, so we have on, it's actually say September the 2nd, around, I believe it say like around, I think it's around 10 o'clock. I don't know, I can't really see. But Kenneth Tarr, he posted the status and he say hotel lit tonight, inbox for location. So this is more of a private event. Okay, whenever they have events, it's either public or it's private. A lot of times they'll have flyers there, but when it's more private, it's more for their set, more for their people, and this is the reason why the location is not put out there publicly. All right, so we see on September the 2nd around, I think it's either 8 or 10 o'clock, I can't really see it, it's a little blurry, that he posted hotel lit tonight. Okay, so later on tonight, which will be, if they were checking in at night, it would be the second rolling over into the third, right? Okay, and like I said, they do everything on a 369. This is a game we talking about, okay? A game that wants to be a part of a cause, who wants to rank up to something bigger. Because anytime you rank up, anytime you get to the next level, it's more money. Period. It's all about money. All right, and status in the neighborhood. All right, so that would be the second going into the third. So I believe that this is when the ritual begins. Period. Okay, so we have him A couple days later, he's updating everybody. I'm still out capping. If you guys can remember, he had on the same outfit, didn't change clothes, right? And this was something that y'all peeped out right in the beginning. So we have him right here. This is on the fourth. He's saying still out, and he have the hotel emoji. So he's letting us know he's still out. He's at the hotel. He's still out capping, right? Okay, right here we have him on September the 8th, the night of September the 8th, around 10 o'clock. He posted a status with Rashawn Mitchell that say Jesus and Lucifer. Okay, so they got the little devil emoji, and also notice they got shadows. Every little piece of detail counts. Also notice they have shadows in their emoji. Okay, the two black things that y'all see in the middle of the devil and the needle. Those are like shadows. So basically, we're gonna be shadows tonight, like Jesus and Lucifer. And remember, keep in mind, it's the same guy that said we lifted her soul. Okay, so I want y'all to keep in mind with that too. So they call themselves that night, we going out like Jesus and Lucifer. Okay, like ghosts, like spirits. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why they use the shadow emoji. Okay, I believe some party goers were, and I just put working, quote unquote working, out of three hotels the entire night: the Crown Plaza, Doubletree, and the Marriott. And I'm going to explain this throughout my presentation. Hey, Sakina. Okay, initiation. I call this initiation slash party night, September the 8th. Now, I decided to do this live based off of what we were given. Okay, I decided to just do it off based on what we. Now I know some people want to argue and say, look, Kenneka was there on the 6th. Kenneka probably, and I just want to say this, Kenneka probably did go to the Crown Plaza on the 6th. But because Teresa Martin had that ticket in her car for the 6th, we can't just create a whole event on that day. We can't just rewrite everything and say all of this happened on that day. If you choose to do so, so be it. Okay, but Kenneka probably was at the Crown Plaza, let me just say, on the 6th. Have it dawned on anybody that she could have been down there with her girls trying to get a room on the 6th? Because this was the big one. Okay, this was initiation week for a lot of these gang members. And I'm going to prove to y'all at the end of this live. This was initiation week for a lot of these gang members. So, yes, she probably did try to check into a hotel or was probably in that area on the 6th. And if you pay attention, and if you remember, Kenneth Tartnell was at the hotel right next door or right across the street. I think the Marriott is what, 3 miles away from Crown Plaza. So they was just right up the street on the 6th. So it's possible that Kenneka was in the area or even at the Crown Plaza on the 6th. But what we're going to do right now is put that thought to the side and just stick and work with the facts that we're given. Okay? So what we're given is September the 8th going into the 9th, which I believe rituals took place on the 3rd. I believe rituals took place on the 6th. I believe they had a marriage to Satan on the 7th. But I also believe that they had initiation night. Once everything was complete from the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th, they have their initiation night. Okay? And if once this thing go through and everybody play their part, you can get ranked up for some. Okay? Some I believe was being initiated into the gangs, and some I believe was being ranked up into the gangs. Okay? So we're going to just pay attention to this day right here, initiation night, September the 8th, going into the 9th. All right, so now I want to play this for y'all real quick. And I want y'all to pay attention and listen. Listen carefully to what Teresa Martin said. Okay? Because in order for us to find out what took place, we're going to start with the mother's interview and what she said. Okay? Now, I don't know if Teresa Martin just worded it like this or if this just, I don't know. But I want y'all to pay close attention to what she said. And if y'all caught it, drop me a 1. There is duality in 9-9, definitely, John. Thank you for pointing that out. All right. And it's 6-9 too, because it's the 9th month, 6th day. I get a call at 4:34. Don't skip a little bit. It was like that when I recorded it.
In the morning from my daughter's friend.
I get a call from at 4:34 in the morning from my daughter's friend. Pay attention.
She left to go to one of her friends' gatherings. She left her truck and cell phone with her friends, and they.
Now I don't know if y'all caught that because she said it real fast. I'm gonna rewind it again for those that didn't catch it. I'm gonna rewind it one more time for those that didn't catch it.
Friends, and they knew something was from my daughter's friends. That she left to go to one of her friends' gatherings. She left.
Did anybody catch that? I got a call at 4:34 from one of my daughter's friends stating my daughter left and went with her friend to a gathering. I'll rewind it again. Pay attention. I got a call at 4, and I'm not saying it, it's coming out of her mouth. I got a call at 4:34 from my daughter's friend stating to me my daughter left with her friend and went to a gathering. I'll play it back for y'all. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep it straight what was given to us. Okay? Listen to it again.
At 4:34 in the morning from my daughter's friends that she left.
She left
To go to one of her friends' gatherings. She left her truck and cell phone.
Now, I don't know if the news edited this way. I don't know if she just said it this way and she didn't mean to say it this way. I don't know. But did y'all catch it? So, what she said, once again, is I got a call at 4:34 from one of my daughter's friends stating my daughter left and went to a gathering with her friend. So, me being the person that I am, I just had to travel down that road a little bit. I couldn't overlook that. And I know people might say that could be a mistake. That could be an error. She didn't mean it like that. Well, guess what? Malika decided to travel down that road a little bit and see if that's exactly what we dealing with. Was Kenneka at the hotel with friends and she decided to leave that hotel and go to a gathering with other friends per her mother? Do I need to rewind it again? I'm trying to keep cool. Do I need to rewind it again? So I said, okay, let's just look into that because it's possible. And when you reflect back on what Rosemont PD said, that she was not just at one party, it's very possible that she was at one party and left the other party and went to a gathering with her friends. Let's look into that. Now, before I move on, anybody else need to hear it again, or should I move on? Drop me a one. Because, like I said, for me, this was a game changer. Because I said, if I can actually visualize and maybe even prove that Kenneka ended up leaving out that hotel and going to a gathering, going to another party or what they call a gathering. And anytime you really hear gathering, a lot of times it sounds ritualistic to me. It's like a ritual when they say gathering, but that's just the way my mind works. But I said, if I can look into this thing and try to trace Kenneka's footsteps, maybe we might actually find out that she left out that Crown Plaza hotel and went to a gathering. Not saying that she didn't end up back there, but let's pay attention. Let's look. Let's pay attention, and let's try to follow Teresa's words and see where that might take us. All right. That's how I took it. Like she went to a different place. She went to a gathering with her friends. So let's look. All right. So the whole question is, what happened to Kenneka during the time of the party? All right. Someone took Kenneka out of that party after she was already done. Remember Irene said in the interview, she said she said Monifa took Kenneka out that room when she was already quote unquote done. All right. So I also put they left the party at the Crown Plaza to go to a quote unquote gathering with friends. I'm just taking notes in Teresa's words. I put Kenneka was given a cup of alcohol and slipped a drug. I can't pronounce that drug. paper mate, whatever, at some point during the night before she's taken out of the room. I think, and these are things that I think that we all can pretty much agree on. Kenneka was more than likely, I put more than likely, placed on an elevator, emergency elevator, which is the elevator right by the room, okay, um, alone. And a button was pushed to take her down to the lower level basement of the hotel. Now I don't know the whole layout of the hotel, so this is what y'all can help me out with, okay? Because it took me enough time to get this revelation and to write this stuff out. I wasn't about to watch no videos and do the whole layout of the hotel, but John, I know you in there, you got my back, you know the layout of the hotel. But okay, so we do know it's the elevator right by the room door. I believe she was taken, placed on that elevator alone, okay, while she was inebriated and taken down to the lower level basement. Now, she might have got off, the doors might have opened before she actually went to the lower level basement. This is just what I'm saying. I believe she was placed on the elevator and they wanted to meet her down the lower. Now, whether she got off before that and started roaming, okay, like down here I said, Kenneka got off the elevator and she begins to roam, possibly looking for a way out the hotel while she's inebriated. But I also believe she was guided along the way towards the kitchen area by unknown source or sources. All right. Now, I didn't want. I wanted to start right here because we're gonna see if Kenneka actually left this party and went to another party with friends. All right. So right here, y'all know I've always felt like this was Kenneka. I feel like it was a lot of I feel like it was some people there dressed like her. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I feel like there was some people there dressed like her. But y'all know I always felt like this was Kenneka right here. I don't know why, maybe because the jeans wasn't really ripped too bad, or I just really felt like this was Kenneka. While she was hiding her face, we all tried to decide that, be like, okay, did she have a headache, or was she not want to be seen or what? But I always felt that this was Kenneka. Okay, so this part right here, not the girl right here in the front, but y'all know the one in the back, and everybody feel like this is the fight scene. Okay, I've heard many people mention that this is the fight scene that happened by the door. Okay, I'm just giving y'all another way to look at it. What if this is actually Kenneka getting snatched up out the room, getting taken out the room? Okay, now remember, this was also around the time I believe that the manager had came to the door. Okay, so everybody was already kind of like the music was down a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So what if what we looking at is not actually her fighting back there, but her getting snatched out the room by somebody? One of the reasons why I say that is because I believe KJ was snatched out that door because PZ give us a code of silence immediately when it happened. Watch the video. When that happened and everybody look over there, Taz focused on the live. PZ throw his hand over his mouth. Now, even though he got the peace sign and he giving us the eye of Horus like we discussed before, he got his hand over his mouth, giving us the code of silence. And it happened immediately after Kenneka gets snatched out the room. He put his hand over the mouth. The hand over the mouth means a code of silence. So I believe that this when the plan was getting ready to go down, the stuff was getting ready to take place. He put his hand over his mouth. I ain't saying nothing. Okay, so that was one thing I noticed, how he immediately put his hand over his mouth right when that door incident. I'm not saying a fight didn't take place in that room. I can't really see. I haven't really went down that road where I see a fight. But what I'm saying to you is, I believe that at some point she was taken and snatched out this room right here. All right, and like I said, I believe that she was placed on the elevator because I believe she was inebriated. Maybe not to the full extent like they want us to believe, but I believe she was inebriated to where she couldn't really determine how to just get out the door. Okay, when she was lost and just roaming. But I've always believed that Kenneka was trying to find her way out that hotel, but people were leading her to where they wanted her to go. And y'all know I like to give pictures for visuals. I did this side by side picture for a purpose. Okay, I'm going to talk about her just walking in the kitchen, but I wanted to do the side by side because a lot of people still today do not believe that it was two Kennekas, and some people don't even believe that Kenneka even did the walkthrough. So I did the side by side for you guys to see the difference. This person over here with the long hair, to her behind, this is Kenneka. Okay? The image over here to the right, this is the fake Kenneka. And when I say fake Kenneka, we know, according to Rosemont PD, they had to do a, what is it called, a readapted or redacted, to kind of trace her footsteps. And see, this is why they was telling us in the beginning that they needed to trace her footsteps because she was pretty much all over the place. All right. So, and also I believe because that Miranda video, we seen what the unedited version looked like, right? We could see people all in the shadows. They couldn't have it on the media. They could not put that out to the public. So yeah, they had to do a reenactment or a redactment of her actually walking through. Okay, so this one right here is not Kenneka, and I did it from the back so you guys you can just look at her hair and tell the hair over here is thicker and it's shorter. Okay, she's thicker, a thicker build than Kenneka. So I hope once we see that, we can move on past. Yes, Kenneka actually did walk through the halls, okay? And yes, it was a fake Kenneka, looking like that walk through the halls for the purpose of cleaning up that footage so they can be able to dispute it to the give it to the public. Okay? So y'all follow me. All right. So these are two different Kennekas. All right. But I believe Kenneka walked through the kitchen. Now, if you all can remember, when she get close to the refrigerator, it looks as if somebody grabbed her. Drop me a one if you believe that when she got close to that refrigerator, that freezer, I'm sorry, if you believe that somebody grabbed her. Drop me a one. Because I want to see where y'all trying to go with it. Yes, the left is KJ. And one thing I really paid attention to when I was looking at these photos and the videos and stuff is the fact that KJ's hair went down to her behind. That was one thing I really paid close attention to. The other one didn't. She had shorter hair than KJ. Okay? I believe somebody grabbed her too, y'all. I believe somebody grabbed her too. John, this is where I might need your help at. Okay, this back area over here, is this better back dock area? Because when I watched the footage, I noticed that it's an elevator right here, and it was a guy going in and out the elevator. Okay, and I also see an emergency door over here in this area. So I believe once Kenneka hit that corner, I believe somebody took her out the door. If this is not the exit area, somebody send me an email of the picture that is, and I'll clear it up in my next live. But I believe that once she hit that corner around there, somebody took Kenneka out the door. And I'm gonna show you guys more. So what it's about her being? I don't know about her being found in the lockers, Jamie. I don't know about her being in the lockers, James. I think as a matter of fact, John had did a video last night and he cleared that up, and I was happy to hear it. Somebody had sent me to it because somebody had told me that people were saying that she was found in the lockers, and somebody sent me John video. So y'all go over there to John Q page and look at his last video. He actually debunked that whole thing about her being found in the lockers. Okay, so and I think that he was correct about it. That's just my opinion, though, because, like I said, me personally, I didn't really look into that. But I believe Kenneka was taken out the door. Okay? And I'm going to tell y'all why. Keep following me. I'm going to tell y'all why I believe she was taken out the door. And we also got to keep in mind that Kenneka was dirty. She was dirty. Her pants was too dirty for her just to have left a party, walked through the hall, and ended up in the freezer. Okay? She looked like she was drugged. She looked like, and I don't mean drugged, I mean drugged like somebody was pulling on her and dragging her. Okay, and she looked like she was dirty. Her pants was dirty. The inside of her shoe was dirty. Right? I just got on. I think Kim. All right, so I believe Kenneka was led to the back door exit and taken out of the hotel. I'm gonna share some stuff with y'all that some people might not be happy with me about. Okay, some people might not be happy with me about this, but I'm gonna share with y'all because this is what I put together, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, thumbs it up or thumbs it down, but it is what it is. I'm gonna share some stuff with y'all. Period. I believe Kenneka was taken out the back door and exited and taken out the hotel. Another matter of fact, I ain't gonna jump ahead of myself. Let me just keep going, slide that slide. Okay. So now let's get to the gathering. I believe it was a gathering at the DoubleTree Hotel. Remember, I told you guys, I believe that the Doubletree Hotel was a place for them to do their criminal activities. I believe that the Crown Plaza was a place for them to have an alibi. I believe that the Marriott was a place for them to have an alibi. The BDs is over here at the Marriott. They can't really be too close to the GDs. Or whoever orchestrated this thing probably thought it would be best to kind of keep them divided so everything can go according to plan and no nothing crazy jump off. Okay? But at the same time, I believe the Doubletree was the place that Kenneka was lured to as the party was still going on at the Crown Plaza. So I believe she was lured to this other hotel while they were still partying at the Crown Plaza. There's an area is alongside the building where the laundry room and conference room are. That's the side freight. And I got that picture too. Yeah, I got that picture too, John. And I got that picture later on down the slack because I found that one too. I was because I don't know if it's this area right here or if it's the other area. But I'll show that picture when I think that they brought her back and dumped her body. Okay. So, but I do got that picture too. I know what you're talking about. All right. So this is just what I believe. I believe she was taken out the Crown Plaza while the party was still going on. Okay, so when we see people on live and people partying and bouncing around, it's mainly just to get them an alibi. And it did. Because everybody looking at them like, oh no, they was here, they was there, they was right here. Such and such came in at 3:40, such and such left it. See what I'm saying? That's exactly what it did. Okay, but listen to this, y'all. I believe she was taken there to some men who possibly was not seen on camera attending a party at the Crown Plaza, and maybe some other ones who would just pop in unannounced to have sex with Kenneka and perform satanic rituals inside the room. Yes, because I am one of the people that believe that Kenneka was sexually either raped or sexually assaulted. I'm one of the people that believe that wholeheartedly. Always have believed it, and I always have. I'm not a big fan of Dr. Ali, but I think that he did a fantastic job pointing that out when he analyzed the freezer photos. Okay, so I was always one of the ones that believed she was sexually assaulted, and possibly raped, and some satanic rituals was performed inside of that room. Okay, one guy who I believe that was in the room at the DoubleTree with Kenneka is someone who she considers to be a friend, who is Monifa's best friend, a guy who goes by the name of Elliot. I'm going to expose Elliot to some of y'all today. Whoever don't know who Elliot is, y'all about to find out some stuff about Elliot today. Drop me a one if y'all remember hearing about Elliot. Drop me a one if y'all remember hearing about Monifa, Elliot, and Kenneka being in a separate room having sex with some guys. Drop me a one. I believe Elliot was at the room willingly performing sexual favors on men while Kenneka was possibly being taken advantage of. Now, I know a lot of people thought that Elliot was a made up character. I did too because I looked hard for Elliot, couldn't find him, didn't know who he was, didn't know what was going on. I thought he was a made up character. I thought a lot of people was a made up character in the beginning. I said that it ain't nowhere in the world. All these people was at one party. Some of these names they're giving is just made up. And I was wrong. I'm a grown woman. I can admit I was definitely wrong. These people was actually there, involved in every way you could think about. Okay? All right. Yes, Elliot is the best friend of Monifa and a good friend of Kenneka. All right, so I believe that Elliot was in the room and at the DoubleTree performing sexual favors on men while Kenneka was possibly being taken advantage of. Let me tell y'all why. For those that don't know Elliot, this is Elliot. Y'all, Elliot is in Germany now. Exactly, Maya. After this whole Kenneka thing, Elliot went to Germany. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Elliot went to Germany. All right, so this is Elliot right here. This is Monifa's best friend who we heard about in the very beginning. And we heard that it was the rumor that and we also heard a rumor in the very beginning. Drop me a one if y'all can remember this. We heard that it was supposed to be a private little small gathering, just us girls and a gay boy and our gay friend. Who remember that? Y'all think they was giving us a lot of truth, but it was mixed with lies to confuse us. Okay? So we heard the story in the very beginning about just the girls and a gay friend. So I believe it was the room that they had where just the girls and a gay friend, but some guys came. And it was probably all part of the plan, but Kenneka probably didn't know. All right, so Elliot claimed that he was late to Irene's party. Okay, Elliot dropped A post that said, Neek called me when she got to Irene's party. She was mad at me for being late. So Elliot never said he didn't make it. What Elliot said was Kenneka was mad at him because he was late. I think it's some bull. I think it's some bull because first of all, we was told that Kenneka didn't even have her phone for majority of the night. After she sent that text like at 1:30, we was told that they had her phone playing music off of it. So when did she have time to call you? So I don't believe what he said, but I believe that he just confirmed to us that he was actually at that hotel. He didn't say she got mad at me because I couldn't make it. He said because I ended up being late. Okay, because I was late. But he was actually there. If not at Irene's party at the Crown Plaza, I believe he was next door to Doubletree. All right, these next slides I might shock y'all, but let's get it. All right, so y'all remember these posts that came out. It was Elliot versus Young Rules. They was blaming Young Rules. Okay, I might take a time to look into Young Rules. I hadn't just yet. Okay, so I'm not clearing Young Rules, but remember when Young Rules came out and said, well, "Hold up, I ain't did nothing to her." He actually was very disrespectful. But I'm just gonna break it down. He was like, "Oh, y'all better look at Monifa and her best friend." That faggot Elliot, he the one who set her up. Now I don't believe he set her up with Tolliver and GDK. And like I said, there's a lot of truth mixed with lies. The reason why I don't believe that right there is because Tolliver is a GD. So why would he hang with GDK? So I believe that there was some truth mixed with lies. Okay, and right here again he says, y'all go F with Monifa Love Fruity A best friend. G. He the one who brought the drugs and stuff and a drink. So this guy's basically saying that Elliot was the one who drug Kenneka, who brought the drinks, and he could have had the drinks. You get what I'm saying, y'all? At the DoubleTree Hotel, he could have had the pill. I mean the Topamet or whatever at the DoubleTree Hotel. He could have had it on him. Who knows? Okay, this is what Young Rue is saying. He said he the one who brought some drinks. He the one bought the drugs or whatever. He could have met up with Monifa and gave her the pill. He could have met up with Bree and gave her the pill. But according to Young Ruth, Elliot is the one we should be looking at. Okay? Young Ruth also says, I found this very interesting, y'all. He said, watch the live video him and Monifa made. Them niggas was gay as F. F that shit. Sorry. Some them niggas cracked him too, folks. So I believe what he's trying to say is Elliot was on some gay stuff that night. Okay, Elliot was on some gay stuff that night. Dudes that was with him was on some gay stuff that night, and niggas was cracking on him. I don't know if that means physically or just cracking on him, like capping on him. I don't know. Okay, how would he know exactly? I don't know, but he ain't because he could have heard about it. He could have, you know what I'm saying, been there. Ain't no telling Kim. But guess what? We got some stuff came straight from Elliot. Okay, so Elliot dropped some Snapchat stuff. These Snapchat things came out during the time when Zach was getting ready to expose these other lives that he had. Okay, so Zach dropped the two lives. I mean, I'm sorry, not lives, but interviews. And he came back and he said he had three more interviews that he was gonna come back and drop. He was talking about dropping Monifa's interview next. During the time that Zach got all this attention about these interviews, Big E, Elliot, wrote, Zach, my boy, don't do it, shorty. Did y'all see that? Did y'all catch that? Okay. And he said, like, I don't got a video of me sucking your thing like my life depended on it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So Elliot was warning Zach not to release that footage, that interview with Monifa. This is Monifa's best friend. Elliot was telling Zach, if you release that footage, I'm not sorry, not footage. If you release that interview of Monifa, I'm gonna blackmail you and I'm gonna show everybody that video of me sucking your thing like my life depended on it. Don't do it. Don't do it, shorty. And I'm not saying that that's the reason why Zach never dropped that video, but I'm just gonna say Zach never dropped that video. He never dropped that interview. Okay, so Like I said, it could have been various reasons why Zach decided not to drop that video. But just keep in mind that during the time he was talking about dropping Monifa's interview, Elliot was Snapchatting and telling Zach, "Don't you do it? Don't do it. If you do it, I'm gonna go. I gotta. You act like I ain't got no video of me sucking your thing. Don't do it." Sorry, but all right. So right here again, Elliot says, niggas pissing me off on Tay Graves, G, and y'all backyard again, out of town agent hoes. So he was mad at Zach because he felt like he was clout chasing by even mentioning Monifa's name and talking about the interview. He was mad at everybody else, all the people, the out of towners that was commenting and stuff like that. So he made this post right here once again because he was pissed off at Zach and he was defending his best friend Monifa. All right. I also got another screenshot where somebody we found has said, I don't even know, dog, but that fag crazy, talking about Elliot, crazy. Everybody was saying he was the one who brought the laces drugs. Now this is somebody totally different. Remember, we just read a post where somebody else said, and it was Young Rude, where somebody else said he the one that brought the drink, he the one that brought the drug. Here it is, a whole other person saying he the one that laces the drugs and shit, cause he won a Chi-Town, Chi-Top drug lord. He sell all streams of illegal drugs, but I don't even know, bro. They said one of Kenneka Justice page on Instagram, he got paid everybody and the hotel people to edit. I'm reading just like it says. That he got paid everybody and the hotel people to edit him out of everything, and then he flew to Germany. So we all know that he went to Germany. Whether or not is any truth to him being a drug lord or having drugs or whatever, I don't know. But I just found it really ironic that somebody else also is placing him as the guy who laces the drugs, who bring the drugs, who got access to the drugs, access to the pills, who have access to this stuff. And then somebody totally different is saying, this guy got it. This guy brought it in. You see what I'm saying? All right. And we also know that Elliot and not we don't know this, but according to Elliot, him and Zach had relations, and he had it on video. Okay, so things to ponder on. This could explain why there was a mention of a private party with a few girls and a gay guy, like I said way back in the beginning. This could explain why Kenneka, Shamaya, and Monifa was not seen in Irene's live. Monifa not until the end. But where was the girls during that time? During Irene's live, we don't see Shamaya. We don't see Monifa until the end. Okay, we don't see Kenneka. We might hear her, but we don't see her. So this could explain why the girls wasn't really present in a lot of them, like, or going back and forth because they were right next door to the room too. This can explain why we see Bree leaving and coming and going. Okay, because they had a room, I believe, right next door at the DoubleTree. This could explain why we don't see footage of the DoubleTree. Okay, could it be that a person or persons made sure that all footage of them remained hidden from the public? This could be why Monifa's interview was never released. So this is just some stuff to ponder on. If this is indeed true, this is just some stuff to ponder on. I'm pointing out to y'all. All right. If you guys can remember this, drop me a one. You guys remember when Zach had made a comment and he said, some of my BD folks laid her. I'm sorry, y'all. Half of my word is cut off. Um, but he said, some of my BD folks laid her on that bed and touched her. That's all we did, folks. I didn't kill her. Do y'all remember in the beginning when everybody was coming for Zach hard? When everybody, just realized that Zach could have possibly been there or possibly be connected to these gangs. Remember, and everybody was calling Zach out as a BD. Everybody was like really throwing him under the bus. He came out and he said, some of my BD folks laid her on that bed and touched her. That's all we did. I didn't kill her. Do y'all remember that? Okay. All right. So according to Zach, him and some other BDs were in the room with Kenneka. However, we do not see any BDs or Zach on footage at the Crown Plaza. So that's what I meant by when I said that it might be some people that was at this DoubleTree Hotel that we didn't even see on footage at the Crown Plaza. It might even be some people at the Crown Plaza that we hear, we know how they sound, we hear their voice, but yet we don't see them. Okay, and it could have been that they just left altogether, headed back to Chicago, or it could have been they were still in the area. They were still in the area. They wasn't far. Okay, because we have a BD event going on at the Marriott, and we also have a DoubleTree that's pretty much that I believe that was just used to be a place for them to do their dirt. All right. I believe this further proves that they were all at different hotels. They were at different hotels because this is the reason why. Because Zach basically admitted to seeing Kenneka that night, to laying her on the bed that night, but we don't see him walking in the Crown Plaza. We don't see him on any other live. So to me, that proves that they took her out that hotel. She was outside of that hotel and she was around some BDs. Could that be that's why we had this right here? And if you guys, I wanted to actually do it, but I didn't have enough time. Take a look at the inside of the DoubleTree Hotel. Walls is painted the same in the room. This looks just like, and it don't to me look like the inside of the Marriott. Okay, it could be the Marriott, but I believe that they were at the DoubleTree Hotel, and I believe that we do see Kenneka laying across the bed. I mean, this is the reason why we got this right here. And if y'all can remember, Kenneth Carr was throwing all type of little stuff out, uh, basically subliminal messages, letting us know that he was involved. I guess I just really didn't pick it up right away because I said, no way, all these gangs could have collaborated and did this thing together. But he was throwing out little stuff, letting us know he was involved. Notice Kenneth Carr did the same thing that Tad did, made sure Kenneka was caught on camera. Made sure that Kenneka was seen on camera. To me, he had the same task that Ty had. Just make sure we caught her on camera so we can know that everybody is carrying out, everything is happening and going according to plan. This is the way I see it. Okay? And I also see the one eye symbolism, but I don't know if that's because the picture was cropped. Let's move it along. All right? Remember this right here, guys? And everybody was wondering, was this Kenneka on the floor? I know it was been rumors that this was from a medical exam. No, 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 no. I think that y'all was right. Y'all was dead on right in the very beginning. This is definitely a BD. This is ABM BD. Like I said, I've been watching these games for a long time, y'all. If y'all want to know who any gang member is in Chicago or Kenneka case, ask me, okay? Because I'm pretty sure I know a lot of them. All right, just that studying. So right here we can see it. It definitely looked like Kenneka laying on the bottom, on the floor. It looked like her on the floor, and like somebody is sitting in a chair over her. Y'all remember this right here, right? Okay. And like I said, I believe at this hotel it was a lot of stuff going on. I believe in this hotel was just satanic. So if somebody's sitting over a dead body, it could have been a ritual taking place. But I think that when it comes to the public, a lot of people just don't want to go there. So they like, no, it got to be a better explanation there. No, that could be possibly what we're looking at. That can possibly be what we're looking at. But notice that they have been recording and taking pictures and all along the way, communicating with each other all along the way. Okay, because let me tell y'all something. I know Melissa had mentioned this before. I want to just kind of remind you guys of this. Things have to be the Satan have to do things in plain sight. Okay, even if you can't see it, it still has to be done in plain sight because he is the accuser. Okay, he has to go to the Father and he accuses you. So everything that he does it in plain sight. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, it's up to you whether or not you study, show yourself approved, look into this stuff, go down the rabbit hole, but it's right there. And it's what people call hidden in plain sight because to some, it's hidden, although it's in plain sight. Okay, so yeah, why would they take a picture of them while they doing stuff like that? Because that is what they have to put this stuff out there. They have to. And remember, we working with 369. We talking about energy. We talking about rituals. In order to carry things, to bring things into fruition, it have to. go down a certain way. Everything has to go according to plan, according to the ritual. Okay, and everything is always out there, out in the open. And yeah, some are blinded to the fact, but it's true. And remember, we had Kenneth Tart the next day because remember on the 8th that night they was going out like Jesus and Lucifer. Okay, we do see them. What we believe in a room with Kenneka. All right, this video right here, it was a lot of controversy around this video because we knew that he said he lifted her soul. I didn't kill her. Drop me a one. If everybody heard that plain as day, he said, "No, we didn't lift her." He said, "No, we lifted her soul. I ain't kill her." Okay, but it caused controversy because we were saying, "Wait a minute." When that question was asked, it was after the last broadcast. Remember that. So we already, I know I didn't. I kept trying to make an excuse for that because I was really, I don't know. I really was just believing that they wasn't involved. This is the whole vice lord thing. Okay. So I kept trying to make excuses, but I said, God, I can't understand. Why would he say that? And it appears as if he's responding to the question, right? So even y'all, was stuck on that. But some things you just have to move past, move forward. Okay. Um, But he could have very well been answering her questions because on Facebook you can edit a live video and you can also disable the comments as if the comments was off during the time that you were live. Are y'all hearing me? And this was something that I really didn't consider during that time. But go research it for yourself. He could have been very matter of fact, he was answering her question. The question for anybody that missed it was, why did y'all kill that girl? Or did y'all kill Kenneka? And he responded, no, we lifted her soul. I ain't kill her. He responded to the question. But yet he went back and he edited his live video and he disabled his comment as if that comment was made after he went live. Do y'all hear me? Okay, but I definitely believe that he was responding to her. And we also see a guy sitting over her looking like they doing performing some kind of ritual where they trying to lift her soul. And also that should let y'all know that this thing is occultic because who says that we lifted her soul? Who says that? Okay? Like that's not really gang terminology. You get what I'm saying, y'all? That's not. That's spiritual. That's occultic. We lifted her soul. No, we didn't kill her. He corrected that. We didn't kill her. So y'all understand what I'm saying? So what they was basically saying that we didn't just kill her. We could have did that in Chicago. We went through a whole ceremony for a whole week straight to be able to lift her soul. To perform this ritual to lift her soul. And I know people are like, what is they gonna get out of that? I'm about to show you what they're gonna get out of that. I'm gonna show y'all what they got out of doing what they did. All right, so this right here is some screenshots that was given to me from a close friend that she had. This was like towards the beginning of the case. If y'all can remember, one of the hotel guests had claimed that they saw a dead body, a girl, excuse me, dead body in the elevator. Okay, this right here was the conversation between my. If you want to announce yourself, you can. I don't know if you want me to say your name, but this is the conversation between her and let me just say this too. The hotel guest that made mention about the dead body being in the freezer was speaking. I think it was Spanish, right? And they needed an interpreter. So she caught everything, caught the screenshots, and she had somebody who she know who was Hispanic to interpret what was said. So the hotel guest actually put this stuff out there, and if she want to announce herself in the chat room, she will. She had everything interpreted. Okay, so this is Mariana explaining to the girl exactly what was said from the hotel guest. She said she is with some white lady that goes back and forth to the African man's friend, and that the girl family saw the dead girl in the elevator. Okay, sounds like they were trying to take her somewhere. Okay, so she put I don't know if she in the chat room if she want to announce herself. Okay, so she put in there, so she was dead in the elevator and she came back like sounds like they was trying to take her somewhere. Now remember, she's translating what the guest had actually commented, what the guest had said in Spanish. Okay, so according to the guest, there was a dead body found in the elevator, dead body of a girl on that night in the elevator. My puppy just tripping. All right, so this is another picture I wanted to I brought up, and I said I got that one too that you was talking about, John. Because like I said, they're using this backdoor exit or a backdoor entrance and exit. Notice it's an elevator right by the backdoor entrance and exit. Okay, which would be easy to come in, especially if somebody put a brick or something right there to keep the door open for them, which would be easy to come in. And here's the elevator to just drop a body off. Now, I'm just bringing some things out. I don't know. Okay. Also, the area that John was talking about, is it right here, John? Right here, the camera was not working. Shout out to whoever photo it is I found that I'm using. And they said it's odd that this camera was not recorded. Kenneka Jenkins going through this kitchen. So we have a non working camera right here. We have a back door, and we also have an elevator. Okay. So according to this hotel guest, they saw a black girl dead in a hotel elevator. So here's what I believe. After they were done, quote unquote, lifting her soul, they took her back over to the Crown Plaza and placed her body in the elevator. And this is the reason why the hotel guest spoke about her body. And I also believe that the hotel guest probably alerted security. And this is why we see security disappear or running or whatever the case may be, getting this body out the elevator and moving it. Okay. And I'm going to tell y'all another reason why I believe that the body was placed in here and it was moved and everything is on point. Let me show y'all. Okay. Kenneka taken back to the Crown Plaza and dumped in the elevator. I have reason to believe that Kenneka's limp body was transported from the Doubletree, which was right next door, and taken to the Crown Plaza where her body was placed on the elevator. Security gets an alert by the hotel guest and immediately move her body out the elevator to the hotel freezer. Okay, remember in the beginning it was mentioned that the freezer we see walking by isn't the same freezer that she was found in. Do anybody remember that? That is so important. Drop me a one if you remember that. Do anybody remember the news outlet saying the freezer that we see her walking past was not the freezer that she was found in? Drop me a one if y'all can remember that. Because I know it ain't just me that remember some of this stuff. It might be old news, but I know it's some of y'all out there that can remember that. And I should have probably actually pulled it up because I could have. I'm pretty sure I could have. But it was mentioned in the beginning that the freezer that we see her walking towards was not the one that she was found in. So I just put, this could be true. This could be true. She could have been dumped in that elevator, just as the hotel guest stated, and taken to a freezer. However, they have footage of her stumbling towards that freezer, which is why they decided to use that narrative and paint the picture as if she walked into that particular freezer. Drop me a one if you follow me. Drop me a one if you following me. Because to me it makes sense. Because I remember in the beginning I was so confused. Okay, was it the lower level, upper level, main level? Like what the hell freezer she was in? Right? Did anybody feel like that? Like what? So a lot of people get mad at Malika because she was confused. I mean, this is a confusing case, and people made it confusing. Starting with the news media outlets, they lied. It was a lot of people lying. I ain't gonna even go there. I might just do a whole separate live for all the lives that I didn't collect it surrounding this case, and y'all wonder why people like me, John Q, or whoever else doing these videos, it sometimes get confused. Okay, do y'all remember in the beginning the guy with the raspy voice? Remember he said that Kenneka left with she left on her own. I should have put on her own. I'm sorry, not with a group. Oh, he said she left the group and wandered off. Do y'all remember the guy with the raspy voice said in the beginning she ducked off on her own, which I believe that she was led somewhere. But he said she went to have sex with somebody that she was digging, stealing, or however he used it. He said, but she wasn't down for the train. Do y'all remember that? Drop me a one. See, like it's all starting to make sense to me now because I believe that when he said ducked off or left from the group, that was because she wasn't with the group. She was at the double tree, okay, probably with somebody, a little inebriated too, but probably with somebody who she was familiar with, and it was probably other dudes that was there, aka maybe Zach. I'm just saying, God rest his soul, but I'm just calling it out how I see it because Elliot was there. Elliot, I'm just putting it out there, okay? And maybe some more people who he was affiliated with, maybe some other grown men that I don't even want to even care to speak on and bring up right now because the thought of it pisses me off. Seriously, y'all, okay? So as the guy said that she was, digging somebody, but she wasn't down for the train. And so I believe that if that is the case, then it's possibly that they was trying to run a train on her and she was fighting back, which is why she looked like she put up a fight. Because look, we don't see her walking through the Crown Plaza with her hair all over her head. Come on, Lord. We don't see her walking through the Crown Plaza with her hair all over her head like she put up a fight. We don't see that. So something had to take place from that walk to that freezer for her to be dirty and for her hair to be all over her head looking like she'd been in a fight. And if what Dr. Ali says is true about the sperm, come on now, y'all. It had to be something that took place between that walkthrough and her ending up in the freezer. Drop me a one of y'all with me. Let's get to the bottom of this. Now it makes sense what the raspy guy voice said. Now it makes sense what the news media outlet said. That wasn't the freezer right there. No. Now it makes sense. Now, if they eventually move her to that freezer, I don't know. But what I'm saying to y'all is, in the beginning, it was mentioned that that was not the freezer that she was found in. And she had like a whole nother hour walk through. Okay, or she walked through a whole nother hour before she ended up in the freezer. And it wasn't that one. So why don't y'all show us that? And edit it as if she walked straight to that one. Are y'all feeling me? Please drop me a one. That's what I'm saying. It was so much confusion in the beginning, y'all. Okay, in the beginning, there was a lot of truth going forward mixed with lies. And I'm just saying discern. We have to be able to discern the truth from the lie. Because y'all, it was placed out there. It was put out there intentionally to confuse us. And I don't think that they expected everybody to get to digging. They expected us to take the story, to burn our energy, to mourn, to cry, to be in fear, but they didn't expect us to get to being some Facebook investigators, is what they called us. That was pissing them off. I don't think they expected that. Okay, like I said, it was just gonna be a real short live. All right, this is something that I found from one of they friends, one of they set, and I just found it interesting. I wanted to include it in the live. He said, if the Illuminati come, somebody got to go. And I really wanted y'all to see this because this is facts. When you down with the occult, these people are all about money and they all about ranking up. You know they'll kill somebody. You know they'll kill you, their best friend, anybody for that mighty dollar. Remember that song? Okay, for the mighty dollar, what they'll do. So one of their gang members said, if the Illuminati comes, somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. And I'm about to show you guys how a lot of these people was ranked up after this happened. Now, I mentioned this in the beginning. I told y'all in the beginning. I said to y'all, I wasn't really talking about Kenneth Tartan. I was looking at, a lot of the female vice versa. I said, y'all, it's going to be some ranking up going on. Now, I have paid attention. So I paid attention. Some of these people was ranked up, y'all. Believe me when I say it. For instance, Kenneth Tartan is now a renegade. Who knew that? Kenneth Tartt has leveled up. Kenneth Tartt was a BD. Kenneth Tartt is now a renegade. Renegade is the same thing as Ty Rowland was. Ty Rowland was a renegade, a EBK, everybody killer. Okay, so Kenneth Tartt is no longer just a BD. He's a renegade now. He leveled up. He leveled up. All right, and if you notice, read your status real quick. He said, when I was young, I used to look up to niggas. Woulda did whatever. I love you. Now I'm a rebel. I'm living renegade. I'm like whatever. F it. Okay. This is what Ty Rowland is. A renegade. Everybody killer. And Tyrolin was the BD first. He grew up a BD from my investigating work, and he ended up becoming a renegade, an everybody killer. Same thing as Kenneth Hart now. Just keep that in mind. All right, we actually see the difference. Look at the difference. These are the same dudes that held the same clothes for a week straight. Hello, see the difference. They have definitely ranked up. And now look at the hand symbolism, which it is Illuminati symbolism, one eye symbolism. They rocking diamonds, Rolexes. Please pay attention. Okay, he went from a what kind of watch is this right here to a Rolex. Okay, he ain't had no chain. He ain't had no chain back then. He got a Jesus piece, iced out, a fat Jesus piece iced out. I should have got y'all a better picture, but y'all get the picture. All right. Um, Rashawn Mitchell ranked up. Okay, both guys ranked up. We all know Irene, and I spoke on Irene ranking up before. I told y'all, I said Irene gonna rank up. Y'all don't believe me? I got the receipts for that. Irene ranked up. I told y'all that Irene was going to rank up. I said out of anybody, out of all of them girls, I said, oh, it's thundering. Out of all of them girls, I said Irene is probably the one. Even though it seemed like she didn't do much, but just sat there. I said Irene is the one that they gonna end up ranking up. They gonna, cause it seemed like she the one that wasn't nervous. Now I know y'all probably said she was, the bottom lip was shaking and all that stuff. I think Irene did exactly what Irene posted. Irene was, in order for her to be smart, she had to play stupid. She played stupid. Okay, and remember I had showed y'all back in the day how Chester Mob threw out a status and said, if anybody touch you, I got you. So I knew right there that I said for one of her meters to cover her, I said she about to rank up. Y'all don't believe me? Who don't believe me? Who don't believe me? Irene is now a traveling vice lord. Irene leveled up. Read this status over here. I'm a mother first, but I'm a TVL. That means traveling vice lord. Right after O'Neal B. Okay, so she letting you know. I'm a mother first, but I'm a traveling vice lord right after. O'Neal B. Irene got her stripes. This was initiation season. Do y'all hear me? September the 6th, the 3rd through 6th through 9th. That was initiation season for some of these gang members. Some of these girls probably got into the gang for the first time, was actually recruited for the first time, and some of these girls was leveled up. Some of these girls was leveled up. And I have been said Irene was gonna end up leveling up once that Chester Mob guy had declared publicly, if anybody touch her, y'all gonna have to deal with me. I said she about to rank up. Irene went from a vice lord, in case anybody missed that, to a traveling vice lord. Hello, she ranked up. This is all about a caustic. It's all about games. It's all about ranking up. It's all about money. You see what I'm saying? So this is the reason why it wasn't just like Kenneth Tartt said. They didn't just kill her. They didn't just want to kill Kenneka. They wanted to use Kenneka for a sacrifice, so they would be able to rank up in level. Do y'all hear me? And get paid for it. And if they didn't rank up, you best believe they got some hush money. You best believe there were some people that got some hush money. And it was probably a lot of people that didn't even know what was going on because they just saw the flyer. Because remember, Irene's party, she had a flyer that was going around, inviting everybody to come. So it wasn't a private event. They publicly promoted that. So I don't believe everybody there might have knew that it was initiation. For some of them, they just played their part, came to the party, chilled for a minute, and left. You get what I'm saying? But I believe that the Jenkins City crew, who I showed y'all in the beginning, the last ones to walk in, cocky them, they knew. They knew that some girls was getting ready to get ranked. Why do you think the big wigs was there at that party? Why do you think Mike Mike was there? When they, thank you, Jesus. When they touched Irene's head, that matter of fact, I should have got y'all the proof. When somebody touched Irene's head, I think that right there was letting Irene know that was like a level up right there. I promise y'all. I found that actually that tap on the head. I read something about that, I forgot to bring the receipts on that, but I'm telling y'all, when she got tapped on the head, it could have been come here, come on, but also the way he tapped her, the way whoever tapped her on the head, that was right there a sign that she was getting ready to get leveled up, and she did. The proof is in the pudding. Irene, this ain't the same Irene that we remember seeing. Do y'all remember that live that Irene did when she got into a fight and that live went viral because she was looking a hot mess? Drop me a one if y'all remember that. She got into a fight and she was outside, I think, with some house shoes on. Hair was looking messed up, and even Tenacious and them was like, "Why that girl out there looking a mess like that?" They was dogging her. Irene got her stripes. Look at her outfit. She got her stripes, baby. Traveling vice lord. Now she's a traveling vice lord now, and that traveling vice lord is the same as Mike Mike. Now remember when I did you guys that diagram and I showed you guys that these are the different steps, and I showed you the level of steps. And remember Irene and her girls at the bottom. She leveled up. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to show y'all that, and I think I'm done because I got some more, and I don't want to go through this right now. I'm saving this for later. I don't want to go through the next slide. But I'm pretty much done there. My whole point was to show you guys the fact that these people have leveled up. A lot of these people have leveled up, and I believe a lot of those rumors that we heard in the beginning. I definitely believe that Kenneka was at the DoubleTree. I definitely believe she was there with Elliot, and I definitely believe Monifa was running from the Crown Plaza to the DoubleTree. She probably went back and forth. They know. I believe they probably knew areas to kind of dodge the cameras, or this could be the reason why they say them cameras wasn't working. Okay, but I believe that she at some point Monifa was at the DoubleTree with Kenneka and with what's his name, Elliot, and all of that. I believe a lot of the stuff that we heard in the beginning, but we just have to decipher what's true and what's not. You know what I'm saying? So now I think that we can actually see a bigger picture. Maybe they drug her because remember, I forgot to say this. Remember when I was telling y'all, I think they took her body back from the DoubleTree to the Crown Plaza, her limp body. That could explain why she was dirty because they pretty much drug her from out the back door to the DoubleTree. Probably had somebody to look out to the back door to Crown Plaza and threw her in the elevator. Do you get what I'm saying? So if they kind of like drugged her feet as they dragging her, and they dragging her feet, she could have lost the shoe. Hello, she could have lost the shoe while they was dragging her. Okay, she could have got dirty while they was dragging her. Now, to me, that I could see that explaining more than the fact that she just left out the room, started walking, and ended up in the free. No, because to me that's not the full picture. We wasn't getting the full picture. So I'm not telling y'all that this is what it is 100%. I know because I wasn't there. All I'm trying to give everybody is something to just look at, consider, go look into, and because I don't feel like that was just the full picture. So I said, let me come back on here and let them know where we are, introduce this to them, okay? Because we also have some other stuff we looking into, y'all. And as far as Kenneka, like, should I say it? No, I ain't gonna say it. We also have something else that we're looking into, and if all our ducks line up, if everything, if I can get some receipts on that, I'm gonna bring that back to y'all too, okay? But I don't think it just ended with that, and I think we focused a lot on that because that's all we see. But we had to go just a little bit further, and I said to myself, like, wait a minute, what if she actually was snatched by somebody and taken out a back door? Because here it is, we see her with the BDs that confessed that she was in the presence of the BDs, and on top of that, we know that they was in the area, but maybe they wasn't at the Marriott when they was doing this stuff because I can see them being right next door. It's more convenient to get a room right next door to be able to do whatever we gonna do to her, to be able to quote unquote lift her soul and just drag her right next door to the Crown Plaza. If that makes sense, drop me a one. I just wanted to share this live with y'all. I'm not gonna be on long. I got to get back to my family. Like I told you, I was going to be short. I really had to take a lot of stuff out because I said that the simpler I make it, the more people will probably grasp it. Okay, I didn't want to just throw in my own little, whatever. So I just try to keep it real simple. So I took a lot of stuff out and I said, I'm just gonna present this right here and see what they do with that. Okay, because like I said, this is called keeping up with Kenneka. I think we should really consider the fact that something happened in between that walkthrough and in between her being in that freezer. All right. Me, myself personally, I don't believe now at this point right here. And I know I might say a lot of stuff in the beginning. I wasn't as wise as I am. Okay. Every day I get wiser. But no, I don't believe that they play where they lay, if y'all get what I'm saying. And when we see Monifa jump on the camera, she literally jumped on the camera so she could be seen, but she thought like, dang, I got my face all in the camera. Like I wasn't trying to put my face all in the camera. I just wanted the camera to see me like, hey, here I am right here. So to me, all of that was all about being able to have an alibi because they knew that something was gonna go down. They knew what was up. So everybody wanted to make sure, even with Irene having those glasses on, okay, she never really showed anybody's face but her own. Okay, but she showed things that like pieces of their clothing that will give them an alibi. She didn't show their face because what did they say? No face, no case. So no, you're not gonna see Kenneka, even though you might hear, because no face, no case. You're not gonna. She didn't put the camera right on Teffy, Titi. No face, no case. But if you studied long enough, if you looked at it, you knew he was in the room. So they all had alibis. And I think the whole thing, even Kenneth Tartnam, keeping track on the third, on the fourth, on the eighth, alibis. We here, we over here. So that's why when the stuff hit the fan, we all said, oh no, they was at the Marriott. People was arguing. Yo, we was arguing, we was fighting with each other like, no, that ain't, he was at the Marriott, idiot. You so stupid, pay attention, that was a Marriott. Another thing, I ain't want to say that, but yeah. So, we were just kind of going in on each other and not really understanding the whole 369, not understanding that all three hotels was involved for ritual purposes. And I also the 369 too. I left out. It's three different gangs. You have the BDs, the GDs, and the Vice. Three different gangs. But your other three, okay, that's probably the reason why they had three different gangs involved. You got the 369 in the hotels and the time of the 36-hour footage. You see what I'm saying? So when I got to that realization, I said, you know what? This is the Caustic. Everything was planned out. I don't know who might believe me, but as much as I can put together and show y'all, I will. Today, I just wanted to kind of come on here, open up that can of worms for y'all. Maybe y'all can look into it some more and see what y'all come up with. But I definitely wanted to kind of stretch it out a little bit and follow Kenneka because I really don't believe that it was just that simple as everybody making it out to be. Okay? All right, I'm gonna look in the chat room, holler at y'all, and then I'm gonna be out of here. If y'all missed it, please go back and watch it. You missed the live, Debbie. Trudy. And she leaned forward so she could tap her. Yeah, she leaned forward. Like the whole little, y'all, if y'all pay attention, it was kind of like a grab. It was kind of like it was a tap, but it was like a grab. You see what I'm saying? It was the way he did it. And I should have actually had the receipt where I actually showed y'all. And I think that that's what it was. Because notice she was the only one that got tapped. And I think she was the only one that ranked up. I think that Shemaya just got some money. I think Shemaya just got some hush money. I think Monifa just got some hush money. But when it came to ranking up, that's if y'all pay attention to them, if y'all follow them on Facebook, y'all notice that Irene don't really mess with the other girls. Why do y'all think that? She don't mess with them no more. Now, I'm not saying that she mad at them or she hates them or they her enemies. No, she just don't mess with them no more because she on another level. And another fun factor too for some of y'all that don't know. Okay. I believe, like I said, Kenneka was probably snatched out that room, and that's why everybody thinks it's a fight scene. Okay, but let's just say she wasn't snatched out that room. Let's just say that Monifa actually did get her out that room when she was quote unquote done. Take her out that room. Well, Monifa, even though she was quote unquote best friends to Kenneka, her loyalty lies with the BDs. Did y'all know that Monifa was a BD? I didn't. And I studied them for a minute, and I had no idea that Monifa was can I say, a BD in training, I guess. So I believe that Monifa now, if anything, she's officially a BD. Now, if y'all can remember, Um, when the whole world was coming for Monifa, who was covering for her? Pay attention. Remember Rashawn Mitchell? Remember, he was and they was covering for her. They was saying like, "Why y'all going in on Monifa? Like Monifa is a good girl." Remember all them posts they was dropping behind that about Monifa, and that's because Monifa became officially a BD. Irene became officially a traveling vice lord. So this was initiation for these girls, okay, and probably for some of these dudes that want to so bad be in the industry. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? They want to be a part of the Illuminati. They want to be a part of the industry. It was probably the same thing for them. So that's what I believe. That's where we at with it. And like I said, you guys, please be patient with me because whew, to even be able to this stuff right here, my girls will tell y'all, like it have my head spinning. I have headaches working on this case, and Malia's. I have headaches, but I'm determined to do my best to kind of get this stuff, get the truth out and get it out to y'all. You know, to seek the truth and get it out to y'all. Get whatever I can find out to y'all. You know, because I feel like we should be working together as a team and trying to get to the bottom of this case. Okay, now even if we don't work side by side together, that's cool. But we all should be able to respectfully put our stuff out there, agree to disagree, and keep pursuing truth and justice for Kenneka. Okay, so like I said, if a lot of y'all don't follow me or don't rock with me no more, I'm sorry about that. But the same girl that came into this thing with passion and determination, I'm still here. And that's fact. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. Zach was also covering for all of them, and don't forget about Dude Young Bando. Y'all don't really know what game or what set or anything that Young Bando was in, so I can't really speak on that. I do remember him doing the labs. I did one of his labs and kind of broke it down and showed that he was telling some truth, but he was also mixed with labs. But it's okay if y'all want. I don't want to really say people's name on YouTube because I don't want to get no stuff. Like I've been in my own world, my own lane. But y'all just think about who are BDs and who have been on YouTube and who have been covering for who have been throwing out distractions, who have been making up lies. Y'all do y'all homework. Y'all been doing it. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know these people. Y'all been paying attention. Think about it. Think about some BDs that was connected. Cause I like now I'm really looking at them because like I said, I came to this thing look at the vice lords because like me and John said, it was more vice lords in the Crown Plaza than anything. But see, what we didn't really pay attention to is the fact that it was BDs posted up somewhere else. Okay, and this was initiation season for them too. For them too. So think about some BDs or some connections on YouTube that have come to YouTube to be a distraction and to distract y'all from the truth. I don't know why Zach got killed. I don't know why he did, but I'm just saying, if what Zach said was true, ain't that called snitching? Even though he said we didn't kill her, like he was trying to, not tell that part. But the fact that he even said that we laid her down in the room, ain't that still snitching? I mean, I'm just saying that's something to think about. That's something to think about. Like I said, I always felt like Zach was taken out because he said too much, trying to appease his audience. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've always said that, and I still believe that to this day. But we never know if it could have been some of his own people. For real. Like, because that was like the code of silence. Notice when I said that I believe that Kenneka got snatched out that room. Notice PV, what the first thing he did was put his hand over his mouth. Go watch the video. That was the first thing he did. So code of silence means everything. You can't even think about ranking up if you don't understand the code of silence. Or if you talk too much, like period. I could never be accepted in my car. I talk too much. Not that I would want to, but I'm just saying I talk too much. Okay, so same thing with Zach. I believe that he really had to pay the price because he was kind of stuck in the middle of knowing what happened, of being a part of what happened, and still trying to keep his audience and not make himself look guilty and try to play the middleman between the people and the gangs. So I'm gonna do interviews. I'm gonna answer y'all questions. I'm gonna drop some posts so y'all can get up off me and know that yeah, forget it. I'm caught. I was there, but I ain't kill her. So he said too much. He could have been. They could have been. A higher up could have ordered them to take Zach out. I'm just saying, or it could have been some street retaliation. But I'm just saying it's just something to think about. And keep in mind that we had a lot of distractions on YouTube from people who were BDs and who were probably not actually seen in the Crown Plaza, or if they was seen, they were seen going in and coming out, but they were still in that area. And they could have been right next door with her. So you too invested for me. You know too much. It's too close to home. So that's why I ain't messing with you, if y'all get what I'm saying. That's how we got to start looking at some of these people. And now every time you open your mouth, you spewing out a lie. Who you covering for? What you trying to hide? So now that's how I look at it, you know? But like I said, I wanted to say what I wanted to say without really getting myself, throwing myself under the bus and making myself a target. But I'm sure y'all get what I'm saying. So just pay attention to that. We all saw that video where they said Shorty presidential, she got connections, them showing the pool. Yes, yes. He said this boy presidential talking about the suite, not the suite, but the room, the hotel. I think he was calling the hotel presidential. I could be wrong, but I think that he was saying this be presidential, talking about the hotel room, and he was showing that they were there because that was their alibi. You get what I'm saying? But that's not where they ended up. Remember, they ended up becoming ghosts. They told us on September the 8th, we going out like Jesus and Lucifer. Listen to the code. Follow the code. We going out like Jesus and Lucifer. We gonna be ghosts. They had a little shadow emoji. And then the next day, no, we ain't killer. We lifted our soul. Come on now. That says a lot to me. And I just think that we just kind of got lost in a lot of distractions. Then he go to Tolliver, I'm nowhere around you video that had absolutely nothing to do with Kenneka's case. You see what I'm saying? So we kind of got like lost, and then we got to digging, and we said, oh, okay, they was there on the third. So, but no, they was there on the third until the ninth because they stayed there. They made sure that they were there for the 369. They was there the whole time. But like I said to you, I just think the double tree was like meeting grounds, meeting spots. So, all praise goes to God because I believe He uses me in such a way. He literally stops me, throw stuff in my mind, have me going from one thing to the next. I holler at my girls in the circle like, "Hey, y'all, find this for me, get this for me." And when it all come together, I'm like, "Bingo, let's go." So, all right, you guys, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, and I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and get up out of here. And right, numbers don't lie. It don't. And okay, so listen, let me say this before I go. When I come back, I'm going to do another Kenneka, and I'm going to do a Kenneka and Malia video, and I'm going to show you guys the numbers, the signs, the everything I can pull out because I have some deep stuff right now, y'all, that I'm just sitting on, but I didn't want to put that out first. I didn't. I said, let me catch them up with Kenneka first before I even go here with this live right here. But I got some stuff that I'm sitting on is, that's really gonna prove to y'all that this stuff is rituals. It's sacrifices. I don't know what more to say. Like after this lab I do, because I'm gonna take two different cases that's not even affiliated with each other, have nothing to do with each other, and I'm gonna show y'all the same sign, code, and symbolism in both cases. You know why? Because the same people and spirit that was operating in them. That's why I'm able to do that. And maybe not too many able to do that, but Malika. But I'm gonna get that done for y'all. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I love you guys. You guys have a blessed, blessed day and have a blessed holiday. All right. All right. I'm out.